Okay, so I was working on a completely different show for you, something brand new with goons that most of the internet has never seen before. I've been so ready to take a break from all the MERSH stuff. I get it, and you're right now, 90% of my content is MERSH. I know. I'm with you. I know it. And then something happened, and now we have, and this is not a drill, this is not a test, this is, sound the goon alarms, an E-MERSH-ENCY broadcast. The unthinkable has happened. And when I say the unthinkable, I mean I completely knew this would one day happen. I really just didn't think it would take this long. It's been so long now with it not happening that I kind of thought, okay, well, now we're past that point. It ain't gonna happen. But in the back of my head, I knew it was gonna happen. And now, oh boy, it's happening. It's straight up happening. We in it now, okay? Let me tell you what's happening. Again, goon alarm. Listen, yesterday, there was no show. And there was no show because, believe it or not, I've just gotten married. And yesterday, we just got back from our honeymoon. And so I wasn't able to get a show together in time. I knew I wasn't going to be able to. I should have let you know. I should have said ahead of time, guys, it's unlikely, but I wanted to try. And then we got back, and it was just, no time. I thought, better no show than bad show. You know what I mean? So I was putting something together today for you to make up for it, because I don't like to go without doing a show. I'm not MERSH. I'm not Revenge of the Sis. We're just inexplicably, the need for spark plugs means for some reason my entire day is taken up. No. I had actual stuff that I was doing. I wasn't even in town early yesterday. Today, I'm working on this new show, and I see on Discord somebody posts a screenshot. And it's from MERSH's Twitter account. And at first I go, okay, more MERSH stuff. I've got this other stuff, but let me take a look. I can't help myself. Obviously, I can't. I have a problem. I do have a problem. I do have an obsession. I'll tell you what I'm not, though. I'm not a stalker, but MERSH seems to think differently. MERSH has finally gone and done it. MERSH is using me to grift. The grifting queen has invited me up upon thine throne to act as jester, to bring in the tithing of the village people. And when I say village people, I do mean village people. I don't know if you've seen Manslave MERSH's outfit. Here's the tweet in question, okay? This is from Adam Goldman at 18K Goldman on Twitter. And this is MERSH's fake Twitter account that he uses to get past the fact that he was banned from Twitter. I want you to keep in mind that part, the whole banning from Twitter thing for the rest of this show, okay? And I don't know, this is last second. I need you to understand, this is completely last second, total emergency. I just had to come on and do this. So this is not planned. I don't know where we're going with this. We're taking a ride together. Enjoy the ride. Make sure the lap belt fits down snugly over your gunts at home for this one. Adam Goldman, the fake Twitter account, he's responding to a guy called Toxic Male Clips, at Toxic Male Clips, which we found out on our last episode, thanks to Andy Worski, that this is actually AG Luck, one of the biggest MERSH effect simps there is. Okay, so Toxic Male Clip says this. Now, by the way, again, I was on my honeymoon, all right? I haven't been trolling. I haven't been on Discord. Haven't been doing shows or anything. I was out. I was out of town. Didn't have a laptop with me. Barely checked into anything. I had a couple moments here or there where we're laying down. I'm like, let me just look at this real quick. And I basically did nothing. Okay. Even Reddit, even r/mershed, noticed this is how I apparently think his name is Mershed now. This is how over this I should be. Mershed. We're going to call him Mershed now. You know, I like that. Mershed. Royce, you're heroes of the Imperium. Royce and Mershed Lopez. So anyway, Toxic Male Clips. This is AG Luck. I have no idea what's going on. Didn't know this was a thing. Didn't know this was happening. AG Luck says, so at 18K Goldman was suspended without any reason from Stream Elements. Now, if you don't keep up with the ROTC lore, they recently were kicked off of Streamlabs, the number one way they make tips as e-waitresses. Chicka, 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 chicka. Every time they take one of those donations from Arnold Nicotina or Andy's Random Edits or Zen Rhino, and you can, if you listen carefully, it's hard because the audio on ROTC is so bad that, and by the way, my audio is really bad. I will read the chat room. You let me know it's bad, and what I'll do is I'll go, oh my God, let me fix that. I won't go, fuck you, you're banned, Spurg. But anyway, if you listen very carefully, and their audio is super bad, if you listen over top of the AC, you can hear every time they get one of these Streamlabs donations, you know, Mersh, he has to tip out to Royce. It's Mersh getting them, and he tips out to Royce in the kitchen. Royce washes the dishes. He's the bus boy. But if you listen very carefully, you can hear inside Mersh's butt the little vibe egg go off, that pink thing go. You got to listen hard. Turn your volume way, way up. Maybe download an app or something. So they use this thing to grift. That's how they make their money. They're e-waitresses. And they lost it. They got kicked off of it. And we know why they got kicked off of it because Mersh kind of hinted to it on his own show. He got kicked off of Streamlabs because he was supporting Arnold Nicotina. And he was sending donos to Arnold Nicotina while Arnold was out harassing our heroes of TikTok, the nurses, the RAs at a hospital. So they kicked him off of it. That's word on the street. I don't know. That might be true. That might not. I'm not really sure, but it sounds like it's true according to things that Mersh has said on Nightwave. Now they've been kicked off of Stream Elements, which was their backup plan. That was their backup plan, okay? So AG Luck says, you should reach out to him at Pure Police Cams at The Quartering, which I guess these are like big YouTube guys. I don't know who these people are. I know you have some ties to them if you can help. Isn't The Quartering that guy? He's like got a beard and they've made fun of him on ROTC. So AG Luck is desperately trying to help his simp lords, his cis lords, by asking a guy they've made fun of to give him money. What is he even asking? I don't know. Here's where things have gone haywire. Before I show you this, I want you to remember, boy, the longest intros, by the way, Podawful, really killing it. I want you to remember before I show you this tweet, you know, because he always quote tweets everybody. He loves quote tweeting because he wants the whole audience to see it. If you just reply, it might not be seen. You quote tweet it. It's a very girl way to respond. Anyway, I want you to recall back to when Mershed had his old Twitter account, and we've made fun of this so many times in the past on this show. Everybody made fun of this because it's such a grifting queen thing to do. His pinned tweet forever said something. I'm paraphrasing, but this is almost verbatim. Okay, I'm very close to verbatim. It said something along the lines of, "It's a scary time out there to be a comedian. Donate to my PayPal to make sure you keep the heroes of the Imperium getting their You never know when you can get kicked." I don't know. It was a link to his PayPal, and it was him saying it's a scary time to be a comedian online because, you know, they're the only guys getting kicked off. They're being shadow banned or whatever. Okay, so he finally, once he got kicked off of Twitter twice, That tweet finally went away to some degree. It was recently replaced with him trying to get people to sign up for his stock app, trying to get his crypto thing going. But now I have a feeling it'll be replaced once again with this. Take a look at this. Here's Mersh saying, "We all know who is doing this." Who do you think it is? The same person who has been stalking me for a year now is as important a time as ever to support the show and stick it to those guys. Who on earth could he be talking about? I don't know. And then, of course, he gives not only his PayPal, but his Cash App, very urban of him, and his Venmo. Write those down, by the way. While they're on screen, write those down. Before it's too late. Donate before it's too late. Listen, he didn't say a name, but everyone reading that tweet has the name in their head. It's the name that can't be spoken, the name that you dare not say, the Voldemort of the internet. Everybody on the internet is this guy. Powerful man, long hair man, pot awful man. You know that's who he means. I know it's who he means. I don't think of myself as a stalker, but I know. I know it's me he's thinking about when he says this. You know it's me. There's just one problem. I was on vacation. I was on honeymoon. I was with my beautiful wife taking in the rays in, you guessed it, sunny Florida. And I was nowhere near Mersh. In fact, it's my only break from Mersh I've had in months and months and months and months and months. And maybe that's my fault. But let me be clear about something right now. I had nothing to do with this. Nothing. I had nothing to do with this. And Mersh knows it. Let's go bully the internet. This is Pod Awful.
Pod Awful TV.
Oh, y'all is doing it right.
Pod Awful sucks, you faggot. Puss boy. You scam artist, douchebag.
You're the worst.
Motherfucker.
Get off.
You fucking little piece of shit.
You're crazy. You're sick of your head.
Fucking dweeb. Faggot. Jackass. Pod Awful sucks.
You know what? You're not funny.
I want to really kick your ass.
You're human trash.
My mom doesn't like it when I mention Pod Awful anymore.
Couldn't believe it. Ruined my whole deal. My whole trip. I mean, really, my honeymoon was ruined over this. We had to come home just to do this broadcast. Anyway, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming to the show. I'm Jesse P.S., your host. This is Pod Awful. If you don't know the show, then I don't know what you're doing here. Go away. I don't know. Go watch a Rufio episode. Get real confused. Really confused. Every time. Every time I try to do what was my last show about? My last show was about a guy named MC Lance. Okay? Nobody knows who that is. Every other show I do is about a guy no one's ever heard of, and then I wind up getting reeled back into MERSH. And I don't know how it happens. And then I got to hear from people, all you talk about is MERSH. Well, is all I talk about MERSH, or do you only click on the MERSH ones? Because I bet you're not clicking on MC Lance. I bet you're not clicking on Rufio Fionics. Or that weird-looking guy from the Libertarian Debate. That would be my favorite goon, but no. You guys aren't clicking. What am I supposed to do? I would love to talk about Teddy. Teddy from the Paranormal Guy. Anyway, welcome to the show. We got a chat room. Let's look at it. It's a chat room. We're live, as we are we were live on Sunday, actually. It turns out we were live on Sunday. You just missed it. We're live on Wednesdays as well. Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, podawful.tv. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, podawful.pizza. See what they're saying in the chat room. Moosh Effect strikes again. Hi. Yeah, that's what's down. Yeah, that's what's down. See, thank you. Lenny Ways watching the non-MERSH streams. Thank you very much. Lance broke my YouTube notification tool. The tactical guy. Yeah, that's Rufio. I was watching The Stolen Valor the other day. We recently did a Michael Wright episode in the Pizza Fund, a world war on Michael Wright, the Stolen Valor guy. So, listen, I got goons out the wazoo. And I've got new ones to share with you. I really do. I was working on something for today, and it was taking forever. And then this happened. I don't know. Mersh just keeps coming back. I have a feeling that maybe this is going to finally seal the deal on the Mersh stuff, because I don't like it when one of the goons, they decide we're the enemy. Sometimes we are the enemy. Sometimes they're my enemy. Like Dick Masterson, my enemy for a long time. Then I embarrass his life to the point that he is well known on the internet for being not just a pedophile, but also a furry named Juju the cow, and you can kind of let things go. You might have noticed we haven't done so much Dick Masterson stuff lately. Once you predict a guy is trans and it comes out as true, like just a month later, once his whole life spins out of control, you can let go of it. The thing I don't like with the goons, we've had to deal with this recently with a certain one of the Earth's guys that I don't talk about anymore, is I don't like it when they can just use me as an excuse for everything wrong in their life. Now, don't get me wrong. When we are the problems in their life, that's funny. It's really funny. And I'm sure we have been for Mersh. But from now on, he's going to use me as the excuse for anything that he does wrong. And we're seeing it now. This is the first steps into that. Let me bring this tweet back up again, because there's a lot of girly language going on in this tweet. Not only does he refer to me as a stalker, which is, listen, I think there's some very simple ways where on the internet, you just immediately lose. As a professional internet troll, like that or not, that's what I am. As a professional on the internet, as a guy who for years now has been making his beans off of this, I can tell you the secrets of the internet. I can tell you exactly what you need to say for everyone to know you lost online. And which, by the way, the most embarrassing thing you can do is lose on the internet. I'm sorry. It's a nerdy thing to do. There's actually a few things. There's number one, if you go back and edit your post where you were making fun of another guy for being stupid and you were editing for spelling or grammar, congratulations, you have stuttered, okay? You might as well have gone up to the bully in school and pushed your glasses up and gone, "Excuse me, sir, I'll have you know, you are one of the lesser academics in this program here." That's number one, all right? Number two, and this is we've all seen this one. Everybody knows it in their heart that somebody is lost online when this happens. When they start replying with nothing but reaction GIFs. Women are prone to doing this. WOCs. Sorry, it's not my Black History Month anymore. It's now my Women's History Month. WOCs are very prone to this. I don't know why. It's photoculture, I'm sure. I'm not making any judgment calls on IQ or anything when it comes to this. I'm just saying the second that no words are being exchanged from one party, all they're doing is typing in like a sassy black trans person doing zip, zip, zap with their fingers, snapping their fingers in a zip, zap, zop motion. They've lost. That's a loss. That's immediate, okay? Score one for the other guy. Here's a huge one. This one's big. And I think you know this one. If you're a pod awful piranha, you can literally leave a conversation on the internet at this point because you can walk away with your head held high, knowing the other person knows deep within there. Sorry to say this, Mersh. Boom. I just did that so hard, the button came off the slider on my mixer. Wow. That's how furious I was while saying bones just then. I need you to know how seriously I take this show, okay? Here's what someone can say to lose. We're coming back to Mersh, don't worry. They say, "This is boring. I'm bored." Oh, yeah? Well, as Harvey Danger says, if you're bored, then you're boring. The agony and the irony, they're killing me. Woo! The second someone says they're bored, what they really mean is I can't come up with more insults. I was wrong. You have defeated me. I'm a loser. But what I'll do is, I mean, it's like a step away from saying you live in your mom's basement or any of those things. All of the hack things of internet's yesteryear. I'm bored is numero uno. And again, this seems to be the realm of women. Now, the fourth thing you can do to lose on the internet, very simple stuff, okay? And again, a very womanly feature. I didn't make it that way. I just notice it's usually women who say this sort of thing. And to be honest, I understand it when a woman says this. It kind of makes sense when a woman says this. It is unreasonable for a man to say this. When they refer to their detractor, their critic, their troll, whoever it may be, whoever is messing with them, when they refer to them as a stalker. And as you can see here, Mersh referred to me now. I mean, this is just officially, it's out there, it's in print, we have it here saved forever. He has now referred to me as his stalker. Mersh is the epitome of a white woman online, which congratulations, Mersh, because it was touch and go there for a while on whether or not it would be a white woman. So, I mean, listen, there's no better race, but we did choose our favorite one at random out of a hat on the very first episode of Pod Awful. Just mixed it up, a bunch of pieces of paper. Every race was written on there. We even had Hmong people. Okay, that's how deep we went. There was Brazilians. Everybody was included. And we reached in there, pulled one out. Favorite race, white. So congrats to Mersh. He is a white woman online, which, again, if you had to be a woman, make it a white one. That should be the tagline for buying women.
I'm going to just keep buying blazers.
Okay. So, probably with big shoulder pads, too.
We got a big dick in the back alley.
I got to know how big it is.
Mersh is a lady. Now, there are cases of people, there are stalkers, and there are cases of people being stalked online. But when you are a guy who puts out his Cash App for people to give you money because you put your face on the internet every day, according to Mersh, I mean, he does it more. He works harder than anybody else. He's online more than anybody else.
I think now is a perfect time to come out and say that I am a gay man.
I agree, Mersh. When you're a person who is that much of a public figure, and when you refer to yourself as an E-celeb, and when the person making fun of you is doing nothing but making fun of you, they're not stalking you. You're not being stalked. You don't have a stalker, particularly when you have a penis.
Okay, just like calm. I like dick.
Listen, he likes it, okay? If you're a girl, maybe. But go to Twitter. Go to any hugely hated woman on Twitter. Any verified account by some dumb bitch on Twitter that just universally is reviled. And you will find in her in her mention folder, her saying that so-and-so is a stalker. Okay, it happens every time. Now, I've had actual stalkers show up to my house. I've had a guy show up to my house who was threatening to kill me before because of the show. I've had a person, I didn't know who it was at first. I had a person make videos where they were threatening to kill me and saying they were going to come over. And it was weird stuff, very strange videos where they were trouncing through an abandoned building and mumbling to themselves about murdering me. I may have once or twice on this show jokingly referred to somebody stalking me or getting death threats, autistic death threats, that sort of thing, you know. But it was a joke. It was for show. It was for you. It was for the entertainment. It was for the ride. Mersh is not joking. Mersh now believes that being made fun of on the internet, it ain't just goofs and gags. It ain't just fun. It ain't just bells and whistles. It ain't just a story. It isn't just being criticized. He's being stalked, and I'm his stalker. I should be arrested. I mean, it's a crime, what I'm doing. I'm a stalker, for crying out loud. Mersh, call the police. There I am, behind you. Ah! I was in Florida just a day ago, Mersh. I mean, that's your home state, right? You're a Floridian through and through.
Like you guys keep saying, Mersh is poor. Mersh needs money. I need your money. I got the shitty Beamer. I live on a couch.
Right, all of that is true. And as a guy who was that poor, you probably can't protect yourself. No wonder he's got to put out the PayPal, the Cash App, and the Venmo, just in case. Listen, he doesn't want a single guy left behind. If you don't use PayPal, don't worry, brother. I got you covered. You a Cash App guy? No? Oh, Venmo. What do you do? Crypto? Anything. You can send me a mail order. Write a cashier's check and send it in the mail. Whatever you got to do, man. Send me straight, cold, hard cash, homie. I'll take anything. Anything for the E-waitress. Mersh is this close from busking. You know, when he gets kicked off of his last platform, he will be taking his Chinese lamp out to the street and just standing on the corner yelling at people, calling them spurgs and banning them from the sidewalk. He's going to have his little tin can, his little empty Adderall pill bottle sitting there, and he's going to be shaking it for coins. One day that will happen, but it won't be because of me.
I took a nice dicking yesterday.
I didn't do the dicking, Mersh. I need you to understand it. Admit the truth.
I'm going to admit that right now. He won. You're a stronger man than I am.
Thank you. Podawful did win. And by acting like a woman with this sort of thing, by saying you're being stalked, by straight up lying, this is a lie. I need you to understand this as God is my witness, or Satan, or whoever. I don't care. As the earth is an eyeball, I did not do this. I didn't even know it had happened until I saw this tweet. Why on earth would I take down the ability for Mersh to make money when I'm the guy who thinks it's funny, and I'm the only guy who thinks it's funny to send him money? I sent him $376. Now, sure, Red Bar sent him $375. Okay, the joke there was he needed the money, right? That's the thing. He needed the money. You notice nobody talks about Red Bar sending that money anymore. Mersh doesn't talk about Red Bar sending the money anymore. The Gunt Guard, you know, the Mersh Knights don't come to Mersh's defense in Red Bar's chat and say, ha ha, you gave him $375. They only talk about the $376. And there's a very specific reason for that. It's not just because I one-upped everybody by doing it. It's not because it was much funnier to do. It's because I think it's funny. It's because I came out and said, I specifically think giving Mersh money is funny. That alone. It didn't have to be $376. It could have been $200. It could have been any amount. Any amount of money. I think the greatest thing you can do to troll Mersh, I've said it before, I'll say it again, and there's people who claim that me saying this means that this is all, and I hate to use wrestling terms because how gay is this, that this is all kayfabe, and that Mersh and I are in on this together, and this is some way that I make out. Why would I try to make Mersh money? There's only one reason, and it's because Roger Rabbit's my favorite movie. I heard it on Cumtown. Because it's funny. Okay? Now, if you don't understand why it's funny, watch what happens every single time Mersh gets $1 in his pocket. It burns its way through like the alien's blood through the floors of the Nostromo. You couldn't keep a coin inside Mersh's purse without it immediately leaping out and buying a script for Adderall. The guy got $20 on Nightwave one night, and it immediately went into buying a cheap decanter for him to pour his booze into on the air, by the way, thus defeating the point of the decanter. Isn't the point of the decanter to look fancy and to not have the Jim Beam bottle sitting there? If you're pouring it, and he can only ever keep it this filled. He can't even afford the whiskey to go in it. He's only ever got it's the amount the amount of whiskey he's got in the decanter? It's the same amount that on the side of a bucket, they show you a child can still drown in that. Mersh actually, one time when he was a baby, he almost died from getting into his father's decanter. It was only this much. His dad couldn't afford much. His dad left for smokes, never came back. Mersh crawled in. His mom died. Nobody was there to save him. I don't know what the story is. Something about an uncle touched him or something. This is real. He was like molested or something, right? Mersh is just stumbling his way through life.
Dude, I'm Mr. Magoo, man.
He doesn't know what to do with 1 red cent. He wouldn't know how to. This is a guy telling you how to invest your money, and he's never invested his money. Even when he's doing investments, he's really just gambling. He's using the stock market the way some people go to the horse races. You know, he might as well stick a fascinator on his head and put on his Sunday best dress and go down to the track. Start talking to the bookie. That's the way he's playing it. He's day trading. He's not investing. He doesn't know the first thing about what to do with money. I think giving Mersh money is the funniest. It's the funniest thing you can do. Watch what he buys with it. He buys a Chinese lamp. I should have bought another Chinese lamp for this episode. They don't bring them fast enough. You know, if I could get a Chinese lamp same day, I'd have 15 of them in here crushing them. Turns out you have to put them together yourself. I wonder if I could pay a guy. I should pay extra to have a guy build the Chinese lamps for me and then just destroy them in front of him before he leaves. He's like, okay, well, there you go, sir. And, you know, he's waiting for the tip. And I go, here's a tip for you. Duck! And I roundhouse kick all the Chinese lamps until they splinter into the tiniest bits of particle board you've ever seen. They enter his skin. He can't get them removed. It's like something out of, what are those movies where death follows you around? Final Destination. You know, there's just tiny little needles all over. He looks like Pinhead by the end of it. So anyway, I would never get rid of the way that E-Waitress makes her coins. I would never take away his ability to make money. And I specifically said on the last episode of this show that I don't ever want Mersh to go away. And what is the one thing that always makes Mersh go away? What happened the second he lost Stream Labs a couple weeks ago? He didn't do a show. There's no Mersh content if Mersh can't make $1 in an episode. Let me show you this real quick. We'll come back to the tweets in just a second. But here is how people found out live on Revenge of the Sis that Mersh, they found out along with Mersh, that Mersh no longer was on Stream Elements. Let's take a look at this. Oh, he's making a face. Immediately, he's just making a face. Hang on, I got to go back. I got to see that again. Hang on, let's do a little bit of enhancing. Cambot, zoom in for me there. Thank you very much. And if you could just take it over. Right, and up. Yeah, and in. Okay, so he is focus. There we go. So thank you, Cambot. So listen, he is crossing his eyes into the mid-distance. And all he's sitting there doing is thinking, what do I do now? My life is over. I have no money. The thing you might not realize about Mersh is, and he just claimed on a very recent episode of his show that he makes more money than I do. Listen, it's not about the money, okay? It's not. I should leave it at that. What I should say, if I was a good person, and I'm not, if I was a good person, I would say it's not about the money and leave it at that. But let me be very clear about something, okay? I didn't say this when he said it the last time. Mersh claimed he makes more money than I do. We can see the amount of money you make, Mersh. It ain't hidden. It's literally on the screen right here. You guys put the goal wave up. We know how much you get. You could sit there and count the tips that come in. We know he makes nothing off of merchandise. He makes nothing off of those t-shirts, those half-assed t-shirts he sometimes sells. We know all the different grifts he's got. Sure, people are probably secretly donating money to him, but they do that to everybody online. I get PayPal tips and stuff, even though I don't ask for them. I want to be very clear about something. I've done the math. We've done it before in the past. I've done it again now. We know how much money Mersh makes. It ain't about the money. It has nothing to do with it. I did this show for 5 years, and I didn't make any real money off of it. I might have gotten a little donation here or there. I might have sold a t-shirt a time or two, but until I made this my job, I made no money doing this. Let me be very, very clear. It ain't about the money. It's appreciated. Not about that. I was just talking about this past Wednesday on the show, in our premium show on Wednesday in the Pizza Fund. I said, if I could think of a way where I could release all the content for free and not take donations and not do ads and not have sponsors, if I could have no paywall, I would do that. I just don't know how you make money doing that. I don't know. I can't think of a new way. The second I do, it all goes free because I really want everybody to see this stuff. You know, some of it is behind the paywall because I literally cannot put it on YouTube. It's got to be completely uncensored and it can't go up for free. But even that stuff, I'd put it on BitChute or something. Whoever would take, I'd put it on goddamn Pornhub just so people could see it if I could. It ain't about the money. It's only about the money for Mersh. The only thing he cares about. And he's made no bones about that. That said, I make more money than Mersh. It's not even close. It's not even close. And you know how I know I make more money than Mersh? Forget counting the Streamlabs. Forget checking their Patreon and seeing how many people are in there and knowing the average donation. Forget all of that, okay? Forget being able to easily do the math. Here's how I know. Because Mersh, number one, still thinks $376 is a life-changing amount of money. And number two, when he lost Streamlabs, he accidentally admitted that he would go broke if he spent $2,000. Mersh doesn't have more than, at most, $5,000 in savings. Not his bank account, everything. Savings, bank account, anywhere. He doesn't have more than that, okay? $5,000. There are 5-year-olds who have bank accounts with more money. And a lot of people out there want to say, Jesse's got a trust fund and all this stuff. I fucking wish. I fucking wish. Let me tell you something. The reason I couldn't possibly have had something to do with any of this shit is I just got married. You want to know how much fucking money is going to go into marrying a girl from across the world? You have any idea the amount of money I'm about to spend on this? Mersh could never. And I don't mean because he couldn't get a woman. He couldn't. But that's not what I'm talking about. Mersh could never, ever afford it. Okay? Do I have a clip here of Mersh saying he's done getting pussy? I've got to have it.
That's my piece of steak.
I don't see it. Let's see.
It will have you guessing what's next and what could happen to these boys.
Let's find out what'll happen to these boys.
It was cool to finally be around a bunch of guys that could shit on each other, and everybody got ass blasted. And it was just an incredible show.
Mersh would be broke if he spent $2,000. I've spent $2,000 on single episodes of this show, okay, Mersh would go broke at that point. You're not making any money then. You're living ass to mouth at that point. Your minimum wage at that point. I entered a new tax bracket. Your minimum wage Mershed. It ain't about the money. But again, when the money is on screen and when all they talk about is the money and when Mersh tries to brag and say he's doing better than Pod Awful, well, then it becomes a little bit about the money. And as you can see here from the stream elements on screen, it's the 1st of March, and somehow they're already at, their goal wave, by the way, is $5,000. And Mersh and Royce have been very clear that they split ROTC's earnings right down the middle, which means that Mersh's goal for money in a month from his main job is $2,500. Okay? Main job. Now, Mersh spends almost all of that on food in a month. So I don't know how he survives. His apartment's only $800 for sure, but the food alone must be covered there. I guess Nightwave somehow is picking up the slack. As you can see on screen, their goal of $5,000, they already have made on the 1st of March, only halfway through their episode. Oh, and by the way, at the beginning of the episode too, they'd already made $1,450. How is this possible, you may ask? There's no way that many people had already donated seconds in to the beginning of the month. Well, you're right, they hadn't. It would be impossible. That's not what's going on here. And as Mersh contemplates suicide yet again in this clip, I haven't even played the clip yet. He hasn't even spoken a word yet, and I've got so much to say about this. The theory is, and apparently they might have said this before on an episode, I don't know. I've seen this floating around. This might be wrong. The theory is that they make this money, they put this in the goal. This money actually comes from their Patreon income. Okay. Okay. That's amazing to me. We'll come back to the clip, all right? Let's come back to the clip. That's amazing to me for a couple of reasons. Number one, all they make on Patreon is $1,400, which is barely more than what they were making over a year ago, the last time we covered it. Assuming that's the Patreon numbers, that means they're barely making any more than they did over a year ago. That ain't true for the Pizza Fund. But somehow I'm the one with the dying brand, according to Mersh. Let's take a look at their Patreon here real quick. Here it is. Patreon.com/We're Not Sorry. I tried to find this link in their description. I clicked through, but for some reason, the link is broken in their description on every episode of their show. The links are also broken on Mersh's Nightwave descriptions. These guys can't figure out anything to save their lives. Let's take a look at the number of people subscribed. By the way, their membership levels are so funny here. They're the same as they were before. We'll go back over those. Let's see what you get for all this. The most recent post, well, that was, actually, hey, look at this. They uploaded March 1st. Oh, no, sorry. I was going to say they uploaded something on March 1st and give them a hand. March 1st. That was March 1st. 2020. The last time they uploaded was 1 year ago today. 1 year ago today was their last Patreon post. They have now 185 patrons, which is, it might even be less than what it was. I thought it was 200 over a year ago, so they've lost patrons. They've never hit their 500 patron goal. And again, what do you get for giving them money? You get access to their daily live program, as Mersh now says, Revenge of the Sis, as well as watch later privileges, aka the free stuff on YouTube. For $5 a month, you get what you already get for not paying Revenge of the Sis. And in case it hasn't hit you yet, in case the stench of all of this isn't striking you the way it is me, I would notice this. Maybe you wouldn't. This wouldn't necessarily be at the front of your brain stems. You know, maybe it hasn't made its all the way to the amygdala yet for you. But this one's screaming at me. I can't hear anything else but this in my head. You know, a lot of people, they're thinking about it. They're going, guys, Mersh, especially, you guys seem to keep getting kicked off of your platforms, and, well, making money's real important to you. Why don't you guys have some sort of, I don't know, pizza fund? Why don't you have a payment thing? Why don't you have a paywall? Why don't you guys have a paywall? Well, because they're always making fun of paywalls. Because of the taco fund, the burrito fund, the calzone club, whatever. They can't have a paywall because then they wouldn't be morally consistent. You know when like a guy says, like he's like morally consistent. By the way, I've got diabetes and my hand is shriveling up. But I'm like objectively, people make fun of me for this, but I am morally, yeah, you're morally consistent. Yeah, you're probably wanting that bone fund right now, right? Right? You're probably wanting that. Mersh has been talking about building his own platform lately. He thinks he's got the skills and the know-how and the connections to build not just his own platform, but his own cryptocurrency for that platform. This dude is having daydreams, gay dreams, live on his show in front of other men. You shouldn't dream in front of other men. They shouldn't know about what you think. That's for you and your pillow, okay? It's supposed to be for you and your wife, and you're supposed to even keep it a secret from your wife. But Mersh does not have a wife, so instead, he shares it with Zen Rhino. I like Zen Rhino, but come on. The man wore a Burger King crown, a paper crown on his head. You shouldn't be telling him your hopes and dreams and aspirations. Mersh is telling his audience his wildest fantasies. And now he's thinking about building a pizza fund. And he's been making fun of paywalls. And the whole time, if this isn't glaringly obvious, the whole time, he's had a paywall. The Patreon. Why is this never brought up? Not only does he have a paywall, and they do put content behind it, they hide their old episodes. The reason they hide them is out of sheer embarrassment, but they hide their old episodes behind the paywall. Why? Why does no one ever say, but Mersh, you have a paywall? And apparently, you make about $1,400 a month on it, and at the beginning of every month, you stick it right there in that go wave.
We're live
Sunday,
Wednesday, and Friday,
8 p.m. Eastern,
8 p.m. Eastern
at podawful.tv.
At podawful.tv.
Okay, but not Fridays. Anyway, I'm taking shows away. We will have a Pod After show tonight. So let's get back to the clip. Mersh is staring off into the mid-distance. His eyes have crossed to the point where he can no longer, he doesn't focus on the show anyway. He's mostly focused on the chat and the Spurgs making fun of him. He's usually, at this point in the show, after the break, he's usually just in the chat yelling at people who are making fun of him. That's not a joke. But he's just gotten an email that has got him so pissed, he doesn't know what to do. He's turned to Royce and told Royce, and Royce is delighting in the news. He doesn't know what to do. Look at that face. Hang on, let's go back. I already went back once. He didn't realize the camera had come on, so he's gotten caught looking sad. He's got Tucker Carlson's mouth right now, by the way. When you see that mouth on Tucker Carlson, it means you're about to be in big trouble. If you're a liberal on his show, you're about to get an earful of Tucker. And now he's shaking his head like, what do I do? I'm broke. That's it. I'm now broke. So then he realizes he's on camera. It becomes a smile out of embarrassment.
Second hour of Revenge of the Sis, Monday.
Look at those curtains, says NorCal in the chat room. Keep in mind, only one of them is a real curtain. The other one is a green screen. The strangest studio setup I've ever seen in my entire life. I swear to God, when I started making fun of these guys, everything I was saying was legitimate. Like it was constructive criticism. I was trying to help them. I really was. If they took one thing away from me making fun of them, I wish to God it would be to change this stupid, terrible, god-awful layout. But they'll never do it. I don't know if it's a pride thing or what. They cannot for the life of them change this terrible layout, and now they've made it even stranger with the curtains. So Mersh is now sucking his bone juice stick. He's got to calm himself down. Royce already looking over at him like, ha, 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 ha. This is not going to be good. The rest of the show will be ruined. You know, Royce can even hear it in his head. He's hearing he knows when things are about to get bad.
Did you even get an email?
Mersh is now trying to blow smoke rings, and it's failing.
No.
Nothing.
So Roy says, did you even get an email? Mersh says nothing. And you get that, look at the fucking shit-eating grin on Royce's face. You know me. Normally, I'm the guy who says Royce is not in on it. He's not on our side. He likes Mersh. He's not goofing on it right now. Royce is goofing on him. And for that, Royce, 07, we salute you. For once, he's in on it. Normally, Royce is just a big, stupid... He might as well be a trash bag filled with water. That's really all he is. You don't even know, like, he doesn't know why he's there. Somebody just sat him in his race car chair and spun him around, and here he is. And he'll just go with the flow.
What happened now?
I have no idea, but apparently my Stream Elements was now suspended.
So when you log in, does it say channel suspended or?
No, when I log in, it just is a blank white page, but the URL is channel suspended, and I'm on with help now, and I'll see what happened. But I'm fucking apparently when I went to my tip page, it says 404. So
yeah, I checked.
He's on the verge of tears.
Check that. You were barely on there for 2 weeks.
Unfucking-believable, man.
He's not even talking to the mic, which I know he normally doesn't talk to the mic on Nightwave, but on ROTC, Royce very carefully set the microphone up exactly where Mersh's mouth is most likely to be, and he like glued it down. He stapled it down so Mersh can't possibly turn it upside down and talk into the butt end of it. But all of a sudden, now he's so dejected, he's leaning back and just talking to himself. He's just muttering.
Yeah, I checked that. You were barely on there for 2 weeks.
Unfucking-believable, man. And my last couple of streams were call-in shows and fucking Valheim
and a gaming stream, yeah.
So.
And they were terrible. Nobody was donating anyway. Mersh has not been making any money because his show has gotten even worse somehow. You didn't think it was possible.
Like you guys keep saying, Mersh is poor. Mersh needs money. I need your money. I got the shitty Beamer. I live on a couch.
Now in the chat, they're calling him the welfare queen. Oh, he's still grifting. Don't worry.
Oh.
Even Royce is vaping. God damn. So, I mean, this is bad news for these guys.
Yeah.
So.
This is called Dead Air. Hi, welcome to Dead Air with your heroes of the Imperium, Royce and Mersh.
Jesus Christ, dude. Sorry, man. Wait for this. Wait for this one now, too.
This is a show. They're just sitting there. They're both staring at the chat, just like, is anybody sending in donations. So, wait, that's right. We can't make can we still even get, what do we do? Do we just end the show? We're not making money. Do we just end the show? Well, anyway.
Well, now it's going to be tough to do something fun after that. I guess we could do this.
A great way to go into your next bit. Oh, boy. Just really hearing that room noise. Let me just get that cranked up right there. Oh, fuck. Well, this fucking blows. I guess we could, I don't know. I guess we could, look at some shit I found on Twitter. I was saying that. I didn't even look. It's literally Royce's Twitter timeline. It's true. He's actually bringing up Twitter. Now I've ruined my audio for the bit. This is what I do for you guys. I do it for the bit. Okay, so the welfare queen, the grifting queen, Mersh. Listen. There's something that makes all of this even funnier, okay? And I told you at the beginning of the show to remember that all this started here with a screenshot of Mersh on Twitter and him talking about me deplatforming him. There's actually another screenshot. Let me bring this up real quick. This was posted on r/Mersh. Let me find this. Did not have this one ready. Let's see. This was posted on r/Mersh by a guy named Double J with an S. It's a follow-up tweet to the one from the beginning of the show, and he says, so somebody replies to his quote tweet, and they say, "This is getting ridiculous. Your client," meaning Mersh, they're playing along that the account is not really him. "Your client is just some dude on the internet that makes fun of other dudes on the internet." Oh yeah, not so serious business, right? He's just making fun of dudes on the internet. Whose hamster did he kill to make these people want him dead? How sad and pathetic are the lives to keep investing all this time to hurt people? Because thereby, Stoozy Stu is a fucking gape-jawed, wet-brained moron who Mersh throws it out there and he's feeding on it. It doesn't matter. He'll take the bait every time. This is a chowderhead. He thinks I really had something to do with this. And again, irony of all ironies, in his tweet, he says Mersh is a dude who makes fun of other dudes. Mersh replies, he quote tweets it and says, "I've done nothing to any of these people. And any of the shit I've talked or things I've done have all been defensive counterpunches. These people are fucking psychos." Who are these people? Where did he come up with this one? Who are the ad wizards that are deplatforming Mersh? I know what he's talking about. He's not going to say it. He'll never say it. I don't think he will. Maybe. There's a night wave tonight, maybe. Maybe. Has anybody checked? Let me know in the chat room. Hit me. Ping me in the chat. Do the thing so my name shows up in orange in the chat. And let me know if Mersh has tweeted out whether or not there's a night wave tonight. I don't know. I'm blocked even though I'm not on Twitter. I don't know how that works. Somehow I've been banned from Twitter and I'm still blocked by Mersh's account, so I can't really see it. But let's come back to that thing about me being banned from Twitter. You know how I got banned from Twitter? Mersh got me banned from Twitter. Now, maybe this is a reasonable thing. Maybe what he did was right. I don't know. You tell me. Mersh got banned off of his @TerrorSpurg account. I had zero to do with it because my favorite account to quote, tweet, and make fun of was @TerrorSpurg. In fact, I know sort of who had something to do with it because they posted on r/Mersh. There was some guy, just some guy, and he probably meant well, or maybe he was one of Mersh's guys trying to make us look bad. I don't know. But he posted to the Mersh subreddit and he said, look, I took him down. Here's the proof. And of course, the response was, fuck you for doing that. Deplatforming is gay. Why would you do that? Mersh comes back on this account, and I think, oh, wouldn't it be funny if I change my handle from @online_retard to, it turns out this wasn't taken, @MERSH-Comedy, which, by the way, is also Mersh's, it's his PayPal name, paypal.me/MERSH-Comedy. I thought it'd be funny. Mersh didn't find that funny. So he reported, and he admitted he did this. He gloated about it. He reported my account to Twitter for impersonation. But he did that from under this account where he's pretending to be another guy. Okay? Now, to me, that was even funnier. So you didn't find me whining about the fact that Mersh had me deplatformed because I'm just a guy who makes fun of other guys on the internet. But do you see the irony here? Mersh has actually tried to deplatform me. And this is just the one we know about. This is the one where he admitted to it. We've seen him try to do this with other people. He made one of those, what are they called? Those petitions, those online petitions to try to get Mike Cernovich, deplatformed from Twitter. This is a guy who's got no issue with deplatforming. The greatest part of all of this is, Mersh doesn't know this. You probably don't know this. I haven't even had a chance to tell anybody this because, again, it happened while I was on my honeymoon. A couple months ago, out of nowhere, shockingly, really, I did not expect this at all. I was surprised to find that my channel, after hitting, it had been a couple months at that point, but after hitting 10,000 subscribers, suddenly my channel was once again monetized. I assumed I just slipped through the cracks. It's something I do. And I kind of figured, well, look, a channel's kind of getting big. Maybe we can make some money off of it. Let's run some ads on this thing. Let's monetize them and encourage them to make more content that we can make more money off of. I figured it was one of those things. I didn't make much of it. I don't run ads purposefully on my channel. I assume YouTube now does that to everybody. I don't know. But I don't have monetization set up for making money off of ads, even after they remonetize my channel. I only found out I was remonetized because suddenly I started getting super chats in. And I don't take super chats. I didn't know how to turn them off. So I just ignored those. The one thing I did with monetization was I saw they've got this new feature where you could be a member of someone's YouTube channel. And I thought it was kind of cool that you could give people custom emojis. So you might have noticed that people in the chat lately, they've been doing this custom emoji thing for the past 2 months or so. Maybe it was more. Maybe it was 3 months. I don't remember now. But I thought the custom emojis were kind of cool. I made it the lowest price possible, like the lowest suggested price. And then that was it. If you wanted to, you wanted to. I never advertised it, never said anything about it. People saw the emojis. They signed up or they didn't. No big deal. Well, I get an email while I'm on vacation. And it says, your YouTube channel has once again been demonetized. It's a scary time to be a comedian on the internet right now. Now, YouTube didn't just randomly demonetize my channel. They didn't just randomly take a look at my content to see if it was appropriate for ads. None of this stuff just happens randomly. Something was reported. I know it was because I've gotten notifications about stuff being reported. You didn't hear me talk about it because I'm so used to it at this point that until a video goes down, and by the way, I had a video go down recently. I didn't even really talk about that. But until an episode just disappears or I'm banned from streaming on the channel for 2 months or whatever it is, I don't really talk about it because I am not new to being deplatformed. In fact, I'm very old to being deplatformed, and I don't like it. And I've been very clear about this for a long time. I've been clear about this since before normal people were getting deplatformed. I've been clear about this since way before Mersh knew the word deplatform. Mersh has the nerve to claim that I got him deplatformed on the same weekend where I'm nowhere near my computer and I've been demonetized on YouTube yet again. Yet again. Gone. Like that. I was good enough 3 months ago. Now I'm not good enough. Strange. As Mersh would put it, weird. Now, I claiming that Mersh or one of his minions at his behest, at his request, or even just thinking they're doing something good for Mersh, am I saying that somebody in the Mershiverse had something to do with this? No. Nope. And I wouldn't care if they did. All day long, they would call me trolling Mersh gay ops. And I know for a fact, in the background, these guys are always doing this stuff too. I guess it's just straight when they do it. I don't know. But I would never do that. And I'll tell you why. It's disgusting what Mersh is doing with this tweet. And the reason I had to do this show is it's disgusting. The grifting queen knows nothing but grifting. Insult her, besmirch her name. She will take her white glove off, one finger at a time, and smack you with it. And maybe, just maybe, sometimes inside that glove is a little reporting. We know he does it with Twitter. Maybe, just maybe, sometimes it's with flagging YouTube videos. Weird coincidence, I know. The demonetization thing. Maybe, just maybe, the guy who literally offered to pay me to stop making fun of him because it was becoming too much needed to find another way around that when he couldn't afford to pay me anymore. Maybe. But I'm not going to claim that because I am not grifting, because I know that one way or the other, I probably would have gotten demonetized anyway. Does Mersh think the only possible way he was demonetized was because someone who hates him did it to him? Is this truly the media insurgent that he claims he is if he thinks the only thing stopping him is little old 100 subs me? I don't think so. I think he knows. I think he knows he's lying. This is, without a doubt, the greatest grift he's done yet. And I say this, I mean, that is no small feat. I say this taking every single thing into account. Him pretending to be conservative, him pretending to be alt-right, him pretending to be Republican, him pretending to have broken hard drives, him pretending to be giving money to a dying mother of a fan. All of these different grifts that have happened, and these are just the ones I'm remembering off the top of my head, these provably fake grifts that have happened, none of them are as great a grift as putting the target over my head. That's what he's done. Now, I want to show you something. I got two things here to wrap this one up, okay? I want to show you a couple things. One of these I found just before the show, and it's delectable. I mean, I burst into laughter so loud that Kelsey came running down the stairs to ask if I'm okay. That's how funny this one is to me. You be the judge, okay? maybe you'll recall that for a very long time, I was on a section of the Revenge of the Cis website called Friends of ROTC. It was hilarious. We would check in all the time. They had never updated it. And then finally, just a few months ago, a year into making fun of Mersh, they finally took down Pod Awful from their friends section. Let's take a look at who their friends are. Ooh, Fate of Kings. Ah, yes, the popular Fate of Kings. Andy's Random Edits. Oh, he's got a good video coming out soon. Mr. Bally Song. So just all of the Mersh simps, the Mersh Effect guy, Suspicious Man, Adonis Paul. He does something. I don't know. Ryan Long. Friends of ROTC. Ryan Long. Ryan Long's definitely got a link back to them on his website. They made him. Oh, they even added Ryan Long's boyfriend, I guess, Danny Polish Cuck. I don't know who this guy, he's like a guy that shows up. I think they're boyfriends. I don't know. I'm being serious. I'm not sure. And then some other, Cousin Joe. I think this lady is literally Mersh's sister or something. I think she's related to them. Anyway, oh, My Bookie. Friends of the show, My Bookie. But finally, ROTC has been taken off. And so is Porcelain, by the way. Shoutouts, 07. Shoutouts in the chat to Porcelain. Let's see what they're saying in the chat. Revenge of the BOTB. I don't know what that means. Ryan Long is such a fruitcake. Well, we are still issuing the Ryan Long challenge. Ryan, it's on you, buddy. The Ryan Long challenge. Porcelain, hope life is treating you well. 07 Porcelain. Cousin Joe, they're pointing out. Okay. So I've been laughing about how they finally got rid of Pod Awful. And then right before the show, I don't know why, but I clicked on the About Us page. Okay, this is real. This is unedited. Live, right here. Revenge of the Cis. Truth and comedy. Now, I'm going to read to you, and I think I've probably already done this before, but it's worth it. Okay, sit through this with me. I'm going to read you a bunch of stuff here. And don't worry, I'm not Royce. I know how to read. This won't take too long. I'm going to read you the About page to Revenge of the Cis, and it's going to end on a spectacular note, but there's many fun little bumps along the way. So Revenge of the Cis, truth and comedy, which I love that. Just start off with truth. That's your main thing, is you're into the truth. I mean, he's literally lying about me right now, but whatever. Royce Lopez and Mike MERSH-ENCY. Back in 2010, longtime radio rivals, and just pretending they're radio guys. We're going to get way into pretend radio guys, by the way. There's a lot of these dudes out there. They're mostly boomers, and they are fascinating. They are so funny. It's so good to troll them. Be on the lookout for this. We're going to get deep into pretend radio guys. Royce and Mersh are some of the biggest. Longtime radio rivals and sometime allies, Mersh and Royce decided to team up and create a podcast that blended their two distinctly different, yet compatible styles. The Fifth Circle was a fun experiment in trolling, live radio, and comedy. That's their old show. Despite going their separate ways and Mersh taking a 5-year sabbatical from the radio, that sabbatical, of course, was being a coked out drug fiend, crashing his car and working at strip clubs, aka living on the couch. We're living on the couch.
Okay, just like calm. I think now is a perfect time to come out and say that I am a gay man. I'm a grifter.
Okay, so the show was an example of podcast excellence. Mersh must have typed that. That is such a black person thing to say. This is about podcast excellence. We out here being excellent in podcast. This is black excellence in podcasting. In August of 2017, the tumultuous political climate and SJW-dominated entertainment sphere gave them a prime opportunity to team up once again and showcase their unique brand of conservative based, yeah, that's based right of center comedy. So right here in their About Us, as much as they claim now they never said they're one thing or the other, it's right here from day one, They've been claiming to be conservatives. This time, they are taking on the corrupt media, the incompetent politicians, and the entire Marxist-dominated world of academia. Is that what they've been doing? I could have sworn they've been making fun of an autistic guy named Thomas Murphy. I thought that they were watching a guy change his diapers and pretend to be trans. I don't know. In less than 8 months, these two have been suspended and chased off of almost every major social media and video streaming platform simply for speaking the truth. Truth to power, man. It's a scary time to be a comedian. They're 8 months in and claiming they're being driven off the air. Nobody was watching them 8 months in. 8 months in, they had 3,000 subs. They wouldn't pay attention to you if you had 3,000 subs and you said something about it. They would never pay you any mind. But back then, it was a scary time to be a comedian. By humorously delivering daily doses of red pills. Oh my God. How cringe is it? After 2016, how cringe is it to say any of these things? To be these people, we're red pilling them. We're red pilling the normies out there.
It was cool to finally be around a bunch of guys that could shit on each other, and everybody got ass blasted, and it was just an incredible show.
The guys have certainly had their hands full in this fight. We will continue to fight for... Oh, I love this! We will continue to... Wait, am I... Okay, I'm still alive. Sorry, I thought something fucked up there for a second. I'm sorry. I might need a second here. Hang on. We will continue to fight for free speech and truth everywhere we go! Exclamation point. ROTC Media is the antidote to John Oliver, Trevor Noah, and Samantha Bee. Oh my God, update this. Please update. They're going to. They'll take 3 months to do it, so it won't look like it's because I said this. Guys, I won't make fun of you if you update it, okay? If you update it, I won't even say anything. I won't point it out. Just quietly go and update this. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. And they're going to continue to fight for free speech and truth. Banned, Spurg, banned. Why would I let somebody say something mean to me in a platform that I built from the ground up? Ah! Okay. Samantha Bee. Can you believe it? Samantha Bee. Okay. A multimedia news insurgency fighting against the likes of the Young Turks, and it's going down. What the hell is it's going down? That's such an old reference. I don't even know what it's a reference to anymore. ROTC remains 100% independent thanks to our supporters. Not for long. If you like brutal honesty, and that phrase has to go. It's time to go. We get it. You used to watch Tough Crowd. Brutal honesty. You know what? A comedian has never been brutally honest. A comedian's set is just lies. It's just a series of stories they made up to get to punchlines that they made up. Brutal honesty. Oh man, they're like Louis C.K. It's brutal when he says the thing about how he doesn't even give a shit about his daughters. Oh, that's such brutal honesty. If you like brutal honesty and hilarious right-wing comedy. We're Steven Crowder. We're right-wing comedy. Let's put on a dress and dance around. Royce, put on your tutu and your wig. And you want something a little more sophisticated than internet blood sports. Wow, they've been taking swipes at Andy for some time. You have come to the right place. Consider pledging your support to ROTC Media by clicking here. Send news tips, show suggestions, and hate mail by using the form below. Now, that's weird. I don't remember them ever reading any hate mail on the show. I'm pretty sure they just censor it. That's fine, brother. I don't actually have a problem with them deleting comments, making fun of them in their chat or people distracted. That makes sense, But it's just funny when somebody says all this stuff and then they do that. Here's the part that I really got to read for you. Gunt Sports, it's so brutal watching them watch the news, says Infowar. I hate stand-up a lot, yet they make fun of the crazy successful Tom McDonald. Who is that? Didn't they get caught lying about some other YouTube guy on a Bloodsport stream? Yes, they did. Styx Hexenhammer, and then they were forced to apologize to him and sing him happy birthday like the girls they are. Now I'm going to read you a list of names and words and phrases, okay? And it's a list that is just typed into their About page. And I assume this is not meant to be seen, but the expert coders over at revengeofthesis.com accidentally allowed you to see this. It's a long list, all right? I'm actually going to zoom out so it's a little harder for you guys to read because I want you to be surprised by some of these. It's a long list, but it's going to be worth it. Enjoy, okay? These are the SEO tags that ROTC used to try to get popular. Live, political talk radio, Breitbart, Fox News, Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder, InfoWars, Poll, Internet Blood Sports, Baked Alaska, Sargon of Akkad, Andy Worski, Mr. Medicare, Right Wing, Comedy, Opie and Anthony, Howard Stern, hashtag We're Not Sorry. Nobody's ever found them through that one. Libertarian, alt-right, alt-light, New Media, Lauren Southern, Mike Cernovich, Milo, and I like that they made it just Milo. I'm guessing because they didn't know how to spell Yayanapalapala. Where did I leave off? Steve Bannon. Oh, so by the way, they used as a tag Mike Cernovich, a guy they tried to get deplatformed. Steve Bannon, President Donald J. Trump, 07, shout outs. Laura Loomer, Mike Tokes, Patriot Prayer, Based Stickman, Censorship, Free Speech, NRA, Second Amendment, Outlaw Morgan, The Red Elephants, LA Werewolf, Dan Schneider, Nickelodeon, Brian Peck, An Open Secret, Crazy Days and Nights, Anti-Lawyer, Rumors. Oh, your breaking news source for rumors. Oh, breaking news. AJ Benza, Red State, Gun Debate, Gun Control, Assault Weapons Ban, WWE, WrestleMania, SpaceX, Elon Musk, Immigration, DACA, Democrats, Republicans, Left-Wing, Antifa, Shall Not Censor, Parkland, NBA, Sandy Hook, no, I'm just kidding, NBA, The Bachelor, Conservative, Mark Dice, Mike Savage, Mark Levin, Joe Rogan. Oh, sorry, Joe Rogan Experience. Bill Burr, Doug Stanhope, Viacom. By the way, this is before Doug Stanhope accidentally came on their show. And he did come on accidentally. I just want to be clear about that. They never got Doug Stanhope on as a guest. They got Shane Gillis on as a guest, and Doug Stanhope was in the background doing an impression of Earthworm Jim. Viacom, Conspiracy, Portland, Los Angeles, Florida, New York City. Wow, New York. Mersh really thinks he's still a New York guy.
In New York, if you can't make it here, you can't make it anywhere.
NYC, Sirius, FM, XM, radio, syndication, fake radio guys, hashtag YouTube Purge, hashtag Twitter Purge. So from day one, they were ready to get deplatformed because that's the grift. Hashtag Twitter lockout. I need to take a break, actually. I need a sip of water. There's so much shit here. Hang on. Okay. Mersh, say something stupid.
As somebody who does maintain my eyebrows, I think now is a perfect time to come out and say that I am a gay man.
Okay. QAnon, Q, 4chan, 8chan, Rothschild, George Soros, March for Our Lives, Simpsons, OSW Review, Botchamania, Seth Rich, Whole Foods, Walmart, Amazon, that's pathetic, Hillary Clinton, WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, Iraq, Libya, Syria, Russia, Germany. Wait a second, is this Animaniacs all of a sudden? Iraq, Libya, Syria, Russia, Germany, Italy, France, EU, Mexico, Cuba, Miami, San Diego, Chicano Park. Those are all actually in there. Revenge of the Cis, last on the list here. Revenge of the Cis, Mersh, Comedy, Royce Lopez, and in that order, by the way, Royce. More Like Radio, Alex Jones, Jesse Ventura. Here's a good one. Sam Hude. Who's Sam Hude? I don't know. $1 Million Extreme, World Peace, TNA, Impact Wrestling, MMA, Brock Lesnar, Mike Shealy, Live Radio, Internet Radio, YouTube, hashtag support small YouTubers. God damn, that might as well be hashtag join the gay club. Hashtag small YouTube army. There you go. It's official. ROTC are small YouTubers. LMAO Sam Hude. Yep, they typed that one wrong. Foreign policy, campus reform, film your Marxist professor, feminism, America. Here we come into the home stretch. Hashtag Killstream, Nick Rekieta, Keemstar, and I'm not kidding, even though it's followed up with a comma, the very last tag on this page, the last word is, you guessed it, pod awful. That's real. Pod awful. The smallest show on the internet. Hashtag support small YouTubers. I was big enough when they started this grift that they included me in the tags. You didn't hear Red Bar in there, did you? You didn't hear Cumtown in there, did you? Huh. No Ryan Long to be seen. Lot of names in there. Andy Worski. No Mike David. But Pod Awful was in there. And now Pod Awful is deplatforming Mersh. I don't think so. Mersh, I'm the guy who gave you 376. That's why I get to be in the list, okay? So just to prove, this is how insane I am, by the way. Nobody else is going to do this. Just to prove that I would never do this, here's what I'm going to do, okay? And they're going to make fun of me for doing this. People are going to say I'm a retard for doing what I'm about to do, all right? I don't want Mersh to be deplatformed. I don't want him to make no money. I don't want him to be poor. And I'm going to make sure he stays having money. I'm going to donate $5,000 to Mersh. Right now, live on stream. I mean, listen, I've got the money. It's going to make things a little tight with all the money I'm spending on immigration and marriage and all this other stuff, my honeymoon and, health insurance, all these things. Mersh needs the money. They're saying in the chat room, no, oh my God, truly the greatest guy. No, why? That's insane. Charge it back. No. What the fuck? Why? LMAO. Fuck out of here. Charity wave. Please don't, Jesus. Thank you for calling me by my Christian name. That much to own him, huh? Listen, I've spent so much money on just random episodes of this show and funny little bits, making puppets and buying accounts for gags, checking in on Twitter audits and costumes for things and Chinese lamps and God knows what cameos, countless cameos at this point money has been spent on and all this stuff. But I have never made more money off of anything than I've made off of goofing on Mersh. Let's be honest. He's right. People sign up to the pizza fund just to hear me goof on Mersh. Now, they stay for all the other amazing stuff, all the other things. By the way, after this show, immediately following this show tonight, I will go into a pod after show, our after show in the Pizza Fund $6 level, podawful.pizza. You want the primo stuff, go grab a slice, podawful.pizza. We'll go into that, and I'll tell the story of why I hate the fucking government, why I hate dealing with anything that has to deal with doing forms or I hate going to places now. I always hated it. I hate it now, especially because of the kahuna virus, but the fucking bullshit we got put through trying to get married thanks to a combination of kahuna virus and some dumb bitch. My favorite topic, dumb bitches. Some dumb bitch trying to flex her tiny bit of a fucking authority in this world. We'll talk about that tonight in the Pod After show. Since I've been talking so much about honeymoon, I feel like I should give people the marriage story. But anyway, people do sign up for the Pizza Fund just to hear the Mersh content. I do put some of the stuff behind the paywall, knowing people are going to do. I've made a pretty penny off of Mersh, and here he is telling people his hopes and dreams, his daydreams to his audience, while whining for them to sign up for his Weeble account and give him money. And please, Jesse's hurting me. My stalker is hurting me. Stalkers don't send you $5,000, okay? Jesse confirmed ANCAP. Jesse has good idea making Mersh have some money. Listen, if Mersh doesn't have money, then I don't have money. It's as simple as that. I've made way more than $5,000 off of Mersh. Hell, I made that t-shirt so that Mersh would send me the 376 again. I've made way more than 376 off of that t-shirt with Mersh's face on it. Okay? $5,000. All that's going to do is I'll make $10,000 off of doing that. No big deal. All right? So I'm going to donate right now, live on the show, 5 big smackaroonies to my man Mersh to make sure that he does something stupid as hell. Because right now, he's thinking about asking Royce to come back to the couch. He's scraping the AG luck dust off of the Davenport and heading back to Davenport to maybe worm his way back in because he's not going to be able to afford rent this month. And he gets that $5,000 in his pocket. That's going to go to drinking money. That's going to go to Coke. That's going to go to some retarded purchase. That's going to go to buying a new car. And by a new car, I mean a $5,000 Beamer from 20 years ago. It's going to go to something stupid. And then he's going to be struggling. And then we're going to be laughing. And then I'm going to be making money. And if it's all about the money, Mersh, then let me share in my riches. Okay. Time to donate. Wait, what are they saying in the chat room? I feel embarrassed. I mean, listen, again, I don't want it to be about them. I'm not trying to big up, let's not make this like a charity case. Mersh is not a charity case, okay? I am doing this to be nice. I feel bad for him. He's a grifting queen, and I do want him to know I had zero to do with this thing. I don't like him. It's bullshit, and he really should apologize. I know he did keep my name out of his mouth with it, but people knew who he was talking about. He should apologize to me by name for using me as a grift. But this is to show, listen, I had zero to do with this. I would never do that. I have to prove it, okay? So it's not a charity case thing. That money should go to Thomas Murphy. It should go to Arnold Nicotino's mom's brain aneurysm or something. You have a wife now, Bone Bucks. Listen, the guy needs to build his own platform. He's talking about making his own cryptocurrency. Somebody asked on r/Mersh, what will he call it? Of course, Bone Coin came up, Triangle Coin, all the stuff. Listen, guys, sometimes a triangle is just a triangle. It's like what Freud said. I said he might as well cut to the chase and just call it drug money. So I want to help him in his endeavor of building this platform so that nobody can take him down again. We've enjoyed that with the Pizza Fund for years now. And for years, Mersh and his guys have been trying to make fun of it. I'm going to help him build his own pizza fund. $5,000 should be able to do it. Should be way more than enough. Mersh coin, they say in the chat room. You truly are the Santa Cruz. No. Oh my God. Wait. Oh my God. My wife just scared the hell out of me. She just opened the door. What are you saying, Kelsey? Please don't donate $5,000. Well, she didn't know I was going to do this. Are you saying? Come over to the mic real quick. You won't be on camera. Come over to the mic. All right. She's going to try to talk me out of this. Hang on a second. You just talk right into it. Just talking. Don't do it like Mersho. Talk into the microphone.
Please don't give him $5,000.
Have I? What's wrong with your thing? Why can't I barely hear you?
500 would suffice.
Oh my God, your thing's all screwy. I don't know. Try it again.
Please don't give him $5,000.
Can you guys hear her, or is that just me where it's like real screwed up? Say something again.
500 would suffice.
500, you're saying. So why don't you want me to give him $5,000? Is it because of all the money I need to spend on you?
Yes.
I still have money after that, right? Like a big pile of it.
Yeah, but you said you said
there's gonna be
please don't give him $5,000.
There's a lot of costs that are coming our way. I know. And listen, maybe there's a little one on the way or something. Who knows? There could be all sorts of things. Maybe Kelsey needs her brain fixed. She needs her screws tightened or something.
I've already had the head operation.
She already had the head operation. So please, Kelsey, I have plenty of money. You don't have to talk. I'm not like an insane. You're making me look like I'm insane for doing this. Like you're showing actual worry by doing. Like you've seen my bank account. I'm okay. 5,000 is nothing.
It's a lot.
I mean,
okay, at least donate.
Listen, I'm not bragging.
At least donate him 5,000 Australian dollars. Not
I'm not
American dollars.
I'm not bragging, but I gave 6,000 to a friend in need, like just like that.
Yeah, you're getting that back though.
No, I'm not. There's no way. Come on, I'm not. I gave him 1,000 of it, no questions asked.
You have to get it back.
He ain't giving it back. Kelsey, I told you I gave that to him knowing I'm not getting it back.
Can I have $5,000?
I don't want to talk about this thing, but listen.
Can I have $5,000 then?
Fuck no. You would spend it on candy. Yes, you would. All right, get out of here. You're distracting. The microphone doesn't work. Kelsey, I promise you, I'm okay. All right? I promise. Go back upstairs. Get out of here. I can't have you in here. I'm really going to do it. Yes. Get out of here. Kelsey, please. We've already been on our honeymoon. It's fine. What's that? half now and half when he apologizes and then says thank you. All right, get out of here. You're off mic. Get out of here. Listen, you have to be able to support her for 10 years, even if she leaves you, though. No, I don't. Anyway, so listen, I got them. She doesn't. You got to understand something about women, okay? And this is why they shouldn't be allowed to have their own bank accounts, nor should you ever have a joint account with them. Listen, women don't understand the first thing about money. They have no idea. Any amount over $1,000 is $1 million to them. They don't know anything. That's why a woman can just blow like a ton of. They can go out and buy 14 purses. They'll never use them, and they don't even understand that was wrong to do. Women don't know money. She doesn't know if I can afford it or not. Okay, listen to Kelsey. Mersh is live. Is Mersh live right now? Oh yeah, he probably is. Wait, did Nightwave go live? Let's see. Nightwave Radio. Did he actually do a show tonight? Let's find out. Nightwave Radio. Oh, that's right. You type that into Google and it doesn't know what you're talking about. Let me type in YouTube here. Here we go. I don't see him. Oh, yeah, he's live. He is live. Let's see. He's just playing video games again. Hang on. Let's watch this real quick.
System.
Oh, he's talking about his crypto-based system.
Kind of be its own ecosystem.
He's talking about it.
At the end of it, I either want to be rich and have built a platform for my friends to enjoy freedom of speech, or
he's daydreaming.
Be imprisoned by the SEC. One of those two.
He's daydreaming. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
Let's hope it's not the latter.
Go big or go home.
I can't watch this. If he keeps talking about it, I can't watch it. That's way too embarrassing to hear a guy dream out loud. That's like seeing a guy's nocturnal emissions.
All right, where are you guys? We fighting things? We killing things? What are we doing?
Okay, he's just playing.
The plan is
Dude, this is why you're not making any money. Let me roll it back and see if he was talking about getting banned. You know, did he just start right away?
A theme on Stream Elements that would make it like, oh look, it'll look like Valheim and stuff. And I can't even use that now.
Okay, this isn't too far back, so.
Because of what?
Because
so his stream just started in the middle of a
they nuked my account. Like Stream Elements is weird. I guess it's not like Streamlabs.
Weird.
Like Streamlabs, they like take away your donation page, so they can be like, we're not funding white terror or whatever the fuck reason they nuked you. So like, but Streamlabs, like you can still log in, you can still use their widgets, you can still use your account. Like there's all Stream Elements just nuked me, and they were like,
$1,000 is more than enough. Jesse, you guys are really worried.
When I went to OBS today to load and everything, I'm like, oh yeah, I loaded up my gaming setup. It has the overlay built into it for.
He said you were doing gay ops.
Fucking Stream Elements, and all that shit's gone.
We'll watch it.
It's pretty funny.
I thought Stream Elements' entire thing was that they just don't care and just let people use it.
Well, DV, I don't mean no disrespect by this, but apparently Stream Elements' new stance is that we're gay faggots.
Okay.
So there's that.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know.
But also, why did they nuke your setup?
It was gay ops. Like, I already know who's behind it. I already know what's going on. Like, I'm not fucking stupid, so it is what it is.
I have no clue, but that's
I do
plain.
have a fantastic buymeacoffee.com/Nightwave Radio.
Oh, you can change those to beers, can't you?
So if you want to go to buymeacoffee.com/Nightwave Radio, you can donate there, I guess. I don't even know how the fuck it works.
It sounds like a dating site. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, no. Nobody buys someone a coffee.
I'm so annoyed. But the good news is, it's just pushing me to.
It won't let me pause.
Actually,
what is happening? I
put
can't
energy
stop
and
it.
effort and more energy into this crypto thing.
I literally can't stop his stream.
So I got some stuff working in the works this weekend.
Okay.
I gotta have some very long
can you
conference calls.
literally not take
I guess we're stuck here.
donations through
Stream Elements? Nope. They nuked
Not at all.
What?
Yup.
That's fucking absurd.
Mersh, no!
So get ready, because this tokenized project is just gonna have to become a reality. Like, I have no choice at this point.
Dream with
Go big
me,
or go home.
Dream with me, cuddle up and sleep.
Should we go back and get Mersh?
Get Mersh. Where we
Wanna go
going?
hunt for a serpent?
Your serpent honey?
El
I
Savage
thought we were
says
doing.
that has to have been a gay op. Yeah, it was a gay op. It's pretty obvious it was a
live.
gay op. But that's why I want to get this platform up and running, so that it can make me at least a little bit more immunized to chaos.
So, paywall.
When we go in there, serpent spawns while we're on our way back.
Yeah.
And the goal is to build.
He just wants to talk about his dream. They're playing the game. He wants to talk about his dreams.
That will kind of be its own ecosystem. And by the end of it, I either want to be rich and have built a platform for my friends to enjoy freedom of speech.
All right, we get it. Why can't I pause this? All right, there we go. God damn, it literally would not let me pause it. All right, listen, a lot of people, Kelsey included, they're all shouting in the chat room, don't do it, 1,000 maybe, but 5,000 is insane. Someone sent a dono in on ROTC today saying Mersh is going to be opening envelopes like Owen soon. He looked so bummed, man. He really is going to be doing that. Grifting, LOL. The gay op is to literally send Mersh money. What a fucking dummy. Yeah, no. That's the gay op he's talking about. This is the gay op, okay? So listen, $5,000. It's not that big a deal. It really isn't. It really isn't. He clearly needs it more than I do, okay? So I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to send him the money. And that's that, okay? Kelsey, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry. We'll be fine, And I'll probably take a hit, to be honest. I will probably take a hit in money because the people who don't like Mersh, they won't want to donate to me. They won't want to subscribe to the pizza fund if I'm sending my money to Mersh. They don't want their money vicariously going to him. I get it. I'm willing to take that hit. That's how serious I am, that this is no gay op, okay? I put my money where my mouth is. That's the difference between me and Mersh. Mersh puts his money where his Coke pocket is. I put my money where my mouth is. So I'm just going to do it. Kelsey, don't divorce him. She literally can, okay? She's stuck here. Mersh will end up overdosing on bones. All right, let's just do it. Let me, okay. We've got his, all right, that's great. We've got his description right here. Donate support. Let me just click that. Streamelements.com/Nightwave. And, oh shit, that's right. You can't give to the E-Waitress's tip jar anymore. I don't have a way to give him $5,000. Oh, well.
Like you guys keep saying, Mersh is poor. Mersh needs money. I need your money. I got the shitty Beamer. I live on a couch.
No, there's no way to do it. Well, that's the show. See you in the Pod After show. Grab yourself a slice. Podawful.pizza, $6 level and up. That's the end. Bye. It's over now. What are you still doing here? Go home. Well, go to the pizza fund. $6 level. It's over. It was a joke. I'm not giving him fucking money. Fuck him. Liar. Stupid fucking cross-eyed, fat, fucking bald liar. Kill yourself. All right, that's it. Have an awful day.
Head over to podawful.com/iTunes and subscribe to us on iTunes. We're live every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern at podawful.tv. Love the show? Keep it going by donating to the Pizza Fund. podawful.com/support. And anything else you need is at podawful.com.